So what did he just say?
How much core fast
does it get? Yeah.
How much cooler fast does it get?
Yeah.
How much cooler does it get? An hour and a half from now.
No, you know what you're saying. You said it the wrong way.
How are you supposed to say that?
You said how much cooler fast does it get? They understood what he meant.
I was wondering why she didn't understand me. Now I understand.
I also understood what you meant. I just was confused why you were saying it like that.
Well, because I'm worried. But you realize it's 8 o'clock here. Look at the sun.
Yeah, do you know what time Shabbat is from here? I looked it up. And it starts at 11:22 Friday night.
Wow.
Friday night starts at 11:22, and it doesn't end until Sunday morning, 2 a.m.
Oh my. Really?
Because of the light.
But
yeah, so the hours are like...
You're going to have problems.
Yeah, I know.
Just convert.
Just what?
Convert.
Convert, that's right.
I'm gonna get my jacket because I get really cold.
It's not going to get that cold.
They said the sun's not going to go down.
Welcome to another episode of Student of Life, the game show. Good luck, players.
That conversation took place in a hotel lobby in Anchorage, Alaska. And now we talk to Sue Ann on a train from Anchorage to Seward, Alaska.
Well, you have to realize that Alaska is a state of extremes. There's extreme warmth in the summer in Fairbanks. It gets to 100. There's extreme cold, minus 65 degrees sometimes in the coldest spots in the winter. It's an extreme change of amount of light from less than 2 hours in the winter to 24 hours of light in the summer. So it really is a land of extremes. We have mammals and both land and sea mammals here that are not seen in other places in the lower 48. It's got the highest mountain in Alaska, which used to be Mount McKinley, but has now finally been designated as Denali.
They changed the name.
They changed the name this last year, which the indigenous people have always called it, so we're all
Right, because it was always Denali. Until,
yes, it was.
Until what, like 50 years ago or something?
Yes, until they changed it to Mount McKinley, and President McKinley never really visited the mountains, so we're really glad that it's Denali now.
Okay. And does the word Denali have a meaning?
It does. It means the Great One. And the land, Alaska, is also, we call it the Great Land, so it's large. In fact, the joke is if you cut Alaska in two, Texas would be the third largest state. Oh, dang, I can't think of anything. Oh, well, is it a factoid about myself? Because I shook JFK's hand when I was a child in the 7th grade. Yes, he came to dedicate a dam in Arkansas, and so we got out of school and went over there and we got to shake his hand.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, people, like, nowadays, like, I think my mom might have met Bill Clinton or something and shook his hand at book signing. Like, it's more accessible, I think, nowadays to maybe get around. But JFK, that is impressive.
Yeah. It was very inspiring, even at that age. I just knew he was a special person, and then he was killed not long after that, and that really affected me as a child.
Right.
So, yeah.
How old were you when he died, and how old were you when you met him?
8th grade, whatever age you are then. 14 maybe.
And now we'll hear from a woman explaining what she learned in a book to her family about Danish parenting.
Also, like what Danish parents do also is instead of showing them every little thing they have to do, let them discover things for themselves. So she gives an example of, okay, like when you're hiking with your kids and they like to step over a log. Like when they're babies, they can't step over the log, so you pick them up over the log. When they're 2, they maybe can put 1 foot on the log, so you let them put 1 foot on the log, and then you help them do the rest. And then you're gradually helping them with what they need help with, not doing things for them, letting them do what they can on their own at their own developmental level. She says avoid intervening. So the other thing is reframing, and I know everyone's tired, so I'm just going to talk about reframing and then I'll be done.
No, you can continue.
What is reframing?
Reframing is really important. Reframing is how we see things in one way. So the picture that we see, it's like being able to see something from many different perspectives. So like what our perception is what we see. That's what we see. But what your child sees is something different than what you see. So you have to be able to reframe things. And also if your child is, here's an example. Instead of like, we would say, you shouldn't be like that. Don't cry. You should be happy. He shouldn't be like that. You should tell him that next time. Instead, focus on using more supporting language. If they're upset or angry, if your child's upset or angry, for example, try to help the child become aware of why they feel that way. What's wrong? Nothing. You look like something's wrong. Is there? Yeah. What's going on? I don't know. Are you sad? Angry? Happy? I'm sad. Why do you feel sad? I'm sad because Gary took my doll at playtime. He took your doll? Why do you think he took your doll? Because he's mean? You think he's mean? Is Gary always mean? Yes. But last week you said you played a lot with him. Yes. Was he mean then? No. Okay, so sometimes Gary's nice. Yeah, sometimes he's nice. Danish parents are good at helping their child conceptualize their emotions and guiding them to find something more constructive instead of disparaging or limiting a belief. This is the heart of reframing. So what happened when he took your doll? I cried. So were you sad when he took your doll? I can understand that. What do you do differently next time if Gary takes your doll? So you won't be sad. I can tell him to give it back, or I could tell the teacher. I think telling him to give it back sounds like a good solution. Does Gary like to play with dolls? Sometimes. Is there anything else you could do other than ask for it back? Maybe we could play together with the dolls. That sounds like a great solution. So talking with your kids and having them reframe it instead of saying, yeah, you know what, and this is, I'm guilty of this, I would say, yeah, Gary's not being nice. Why don't you play with a friend who is nice? But instead having them work through the whole situation to see Gary's perspective and your perspective and try to problem solve. So teaching them to have the skills to problem solve on their own and problem solve to become a positive person. And it says, tips for reframing. Pay attention to your negativity. Practice noticing when you have a negative thought pattern. Just trying to notice it and see how often you're using negativity to view a situation. Try to come up with a different way of looking at things that upset you, such as fears or worries. Try taking a step back in perspective and see if you can find understanding and another way to see things or a way to focus on a more positive aspect. Practice reframing. So think about how realistic your thoughts are and try changing the phrases. Consider this sentence. I never have time to exercise. I'm so fat. I'm a terrible writer. Instead, turn them into a better sentence. I do manage to exercise at least once a week, and I'm trying to eat salads for lunch, which does feel good. I'm a pretty decent writer once I get in the zone. So they're saying this changes your brain chemistry if you can try to change those negative comments into positive ones. Reframe. Very important, and that's what they do with their kids. They change things around. They make things positive, and not everything has to be happy.
And here we meet someone from the Philippines who's working on their first cruise.
From Philippines.
Yes, I'm from Philippines, and this is my first ever contract.
Oh, awesome.
And this is my first time working on a ship.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you were a computer guy back in guy.
Back in the Philippines before I joined the ship I'm an IT guy. I'm working in a corporate setup, office setup. So this working on a ship is completely different environment for me.
Yeah, I bet. That's probably. Do you like it better?
Yeah, so far I like it because I can travel for free.
Right.
So because the reason why I decided to switch career or or switch out from my comfort zone working here, because I know working here on the ship it's fun, but sometimes it can be hard.
Right.
Yes. So it's a very challenging work, and it's a completely different. So
because there's all sorts of new obstacles that you have to deal with.
Yes,
right, because
yes.
now the internet's out right now, so
yes,
that's
customer facing, situation handling, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's probably actually pretty good training for you for anything, for IT going forward, any other job you might wind up having in the future.
Yeah.
Because now you're like, I got to deal with this, I got to deal with that. I'm learning how to deal with these kinds of people or this situation, right?
Yes, and it's fun. I can get out ashore for a while, for a short time, let's say 2 to 3 hours, and then
cool.
Everything here on the ship is free.
Nice.
So
you're just getting the contract. You're just getting the money. You're saving everything you make.
Yes. So I save a lot.
Right. Right. And did you know anyone when you came on board? Like, did you have friends that were already working here?
No. Before, I have a friend that's work here. She's a photographer.
Okay.
And she recommends me, why not to work on the cruise ship? Since back in the Philippines, I travel a lot also. So I go.
She knew you like traveling.
Yes, because I go in a different islands, beaches, or other tourist spots. So
right.
I just give it a shot. I just passed my resume, and then I just forget it. Then after a month,
they called you.
Yes. So
you're like, sweet, I'm going to Alaska.
Yeah. So then when I joined here, I don't know someone because she's already not working here. She transferred to another company.
So now I'm sure you made friends there.
Yes, and also there's a lot of Filipinos working on board.
I noticed that. Actually, I heard more people from Philippines than any other country, right?
Yes, they said
250 or something.
They said, let's say for example, in 100% of the crew, 30% or 40% is Filipino.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you didn't know any of them besides this one photographer who's not even on the ship anymore.
Yes. But it feels like home,
Yeah.
So if you if you have lots of countrymen, Filipinos, then you will not you will feel better.
Right.
Even though you're away from your families.
Right. Now, did they any of them from your town that you're from? What town are you from?
I'm from Manila, southern part of Manila.
Okay. And so have you is that a big city in the Philippines?
Kinda. Because Manila is a very what do you call this? There's a lot of cities. Let's say when you say Manila, it's a metro. Metro Manila. So it's a group of cities.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I live in the southern most part of Manila.
Okay. And are there people here from Manila on the boat, I'm sure?
Yes. There's a lot of them, and some of them are lived in the in the central or in the province area of the Philippines.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. And you met other coworkers, obviously. Do you have any friends? I mean, other coworkers
from other countries.
Yeah.
Yes, from India, Indonesia, Serbia.
I've met people from South Africa that work here.
Yes. Yeah.
And India. Yeah.
And also that's one of the cool stuff working on board the ship. You get to meet people from different countries. You can you learn you can even learn their language.
Are you trying to do that? Have you
yes, Spanish or even Indian, and also because here on the ship they're using some ship's term.
Okay. Right, so that's a language in its own right.
Yeah, ship's term. Like let's say they use this a lot. Kaput. Okay. Kaput. I don't know what language is that, but that's a general ship's term. So everyone uses that, regardless of
what that
nationality. Mean? Kaput means broken or not working.
Okay.
Let's say the door is kaput. Or the elevator is kaput.
Okay.
So kaput is broken or not working.
Any other?
It's not functioning.
Any other interesting ship terms that you just learned?
Lagege. Lagege. Yes.
Not luggage.
No. L-A-G-E-G. Lagege.
Okay. And what's that?
Lagege means what do you call this? You're running out of time and you have to do a lot of things. It's like you're stressed out. You're pressured, something like that.
Okay, so you're feeling logege?
Yes.
You can't talk to me right now. I'm logege.
Yes, right, correct.
That's funny. Yeah. And maybe they're pirate terms.
And also banana. So when you say banana,
banana's a fruit. I know what banana is.
Yeah.
But how they use it?
banana. Let's say you do something wrong, or you do something stupid.
Oh,
you will have a banana from the manager.
You will have a banana, or you are a banana.
You will have a banana. They will give you banana.
Like they'll give you crap.
Yes,
they're gonna yell at you.
Yes,
And you're gonna get banana.
If you do something stupid.
That's funny. I like that one.
Yeah, banana.
Huh.
So, yeah.
And what was I gonna say? That's good stuff. Oh yeah, what language is spoken in the Philippines?
We call it Tagalog, because some other in the Philippines we call the people in the Philippines Filipino, right?
Right.
Filipino. So some other people they mistakenly recognize it that do you speak Filipino?
But it's not.
But it's not. When you say Filipino, it's free people from the Philippines.
Gotcha.
But we call our language Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Yeah, Tagalog. So we have some of our Tagalog languages. We have influence from Spanish.
Right.
So some other Spanish words we are also using the same in Tagalog.
Gotcha.
And to close out today's program, here we are leaving a cruise line with Mama and not the Mama.
Okay. Love you.
I'm gonna walk out with you.
Are you going to walk outside?
It's gonna wake you up.
It's alright. I'm okay with being up for a little while.
Oh, I'm glad I took the warmer one.
Alright. We are exiting the ship. Mom, you want to talk about what you're doing right now?
We're not taking a train.
Alright. Well, what are you doing? On the microphone, I'm saying.
Minibus.
On the minibus? You're on the air, Mom.
Ah,
So talk. What are we doing? What are you doing today?
I don't know what to say. Today we are going, we're in the town of Scagway, and we are heading to where the gold miners used to go to try to find their $1 million worth of gold. They have instructions at the end of the dock. I'm pretty sure they have instructions.
At the end of the dock? I thought you said right when you get off the boat is what you told me
Yeah.
last night.
Okay.
Mom, I asked Dad for what pops in his head as far as his favorite authors of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately thought, what pops in your head, your favorite authors?
Right at James Michener.
See, that's what we were talking about, Michener, and that's why I asked him the question, thinking it would be in his top 5, but no. Michener makes his top 10, but not top 5. But he's one of your tops, huh?
Absolutely. Maybe because I'm reading him right now, but
Well,
it's
top
just
10 is pretty good.
Yeah. Especially, for readers like y'all.
for a historical novel writer.
Yeah,
your
what
number
about
one. I
what about the
think
guy who wrote Adams?
Yes.
For you people listening at home, that pause was my dad moving back and forth with his feet and his head.
I guess we
Before
should
he
just
said
walk,
that.
right? What time is it? Think they're ahead of us? Yeah.
Oh, it's 7:53.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Skagway, Alaska.
There's Amish. I'm not sure what country they're from.
So you guys are coming back at 12:30?
Yeah, but we're going to be dropped in the town. Cute.
They'll be loading the other train in front. Yep, that's it.
Train people to go to the yellow car in front.
So,
That's doing it. There was somebody I just walked by that was the go-ahead.
sports prediction, Dad?
For what game?
Anything.
Yankees are going to win the World Series.
What, this year?
this year.
All right.
And their rookie is going to win Rookie of the Year and MVP.
Ooh.
That's a prediction.
That's a hot take. Do you have a favorite movie line you want to share with us?
Don't have one.
0? She's looking for them.
But she also has to find our tour.
Right. It might be up. It still might be up.
What's the name of our tour?
Klondike Tours. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
There's still buses up there, so.
Everything meets right in this area.
Oh, yeah?
What's your meeting time? Yeah, you're really good.